Alright folks, we're here tonight, Hardline Racing, man. I'll tell you what, about to get set to do some awesome laps around Iowa Speedway here for Hardline Series, the Contender Series, Xfinity Styles, Newton, USA. Got some clear skies here. I want to welcome everyone out there tonight. It's going to be a nice race here tonight, as always. I want to also give a shout out, man, to our title sponsor, TN Designs. And as you can see some awesome cars out there already. And actually might have old Andrew Kennelly from TN Designs come up in the booth here with me here shortly. So maybe we can talk a little bit or whatnot. But either way, man, we are right now, these guys are doing a little practicing. So we're getting set here, do some awesome racing. Got some nice guys out here. There's Zach lingering. You heard him in the booth with me last night. Man, just lingering around. Got John T. with us out here. Obviously Shane Therian and company, man. The evil motorsports guys. And them boys are evil. Bad, fast men right there. Iowa. Good track, I'll tell you. Very good track. Xfinity style. We call it the B car here on iRacing. But you're right. Definitely is Xfinity style racing. So what y'all think out there? Who do you think is going to be the winner here tonight? Well, I'll tell you, Shane Therian looking awesome, as always. There's Joshua Adams right there behind him. Michael Finlayson out here. Robert Kinney. Jonathan Wall there. Joel Holloway. Thomas Bretzi. Rusty Capel. Got old Chris Wright out there. And Casey Shue. He's going to try to keep his shoes on here tonight. Cup racing tomorrow. You got that right, K Hill. We got some cup racing freaks tomorrow night, Saturday night. Boy, it's going to be a... I don't know what Michael Finlayson doing there. He's testing the integrity of the wall, I guess. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a good night tonight, I think. Did you enjoy that talking last night there, Kay? I don't know if, we might need to, see if we can bring up old, hey, Andrew, it's Joe. What's going on, man?
Hey, Joe. Just kind of seeing what the track is like tonight.
Absolutely. Hey, if you get a chance, I noticed John, I don't think he has this team speak, man. You might want to shoot that over to the chat with him out there. Don't think John Wimbish has got this team speak here, so
all right.
That's why he's not in here or whatnot. And I didn't get a chance to give it to him because it sent me a message till late.
All right, I will message right now. But
good deal. All right, well, I guess we go on qualifying style here.
Yeah, I mean, this track is a bit loose for these guys to say that right now. I just track. But as long as they don't overdrive anything too badly, they should be okay.
Absolutely. Well, right now, like I say, we're going to have qualifying and a little short one here. Then we're going to start here tonight, man. Iowa Speedway. We've got 150 laps. Some exciting racing going to happen here at Hardline Racing League, the Contender Series here tonight. And awesome, man. And Tim out there said, I talked to John on team. Oh, okay, cool, awesome. I stay mostly over in the extreme team speak, but I do have like 7 different ones for all the leagues. So, alright, Andrew, which one of these cars out here we painting? Obviously, we know the ones with the big old logos on them out there, but any other new ones out here?
Well, we have Zach Lindgren in the P100 Ford Mustang as usual. And then, as kind of a surprise tonight, because I didn't know he was racing until just recently, John Wimbish is in the TN Design painted Budweiser Ford Mustang.
Awesome.
It's actually the same paint scheme I sometimes run over at MNTS.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome, good deal. Well, we'll get to see those men out there. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Cahill says I can't be on teams.
Okay. Well, I just figured I actually asked Cody Taylor in the chat to see if he could shoot it over. It looks like they got that taken care of, but
oh, cool,
anyway.
Cool. Well, I didn't come in like I normally do to do the interviews, so if I had to do any interviews, I have to do them through TeamSpeak because I didn't come in as a spotter like I normally would. So either way, the old K Hill out there in the chat says, I can't be on TeamSpeak. Why not, K? You did good last night. Oh yeah, tonight, yeah. Yeah, we're in a different team speak. We're not in extreme tonight. We're over here at Hardline Racing Contender Series right now, going through some qualifying. Iowa Speedway here, got 150 laps. It's considered a short track by nature. It does have a lot of speed though.
Yeah, it'll be, like I said a couple minutes ago, it'll be pretty loose for these guys, at least starting off until the track revers up. But it's definitely going to be a crazy one for sure. The truck race, a couple nights ago, had a lot of good racing, but it was also, you know, a lot of hard racing, I guess I should say. It's a little bit of beating and banging. It's a short track that wants to be something bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of them out there like that. You know, Dover's got a lot of speed to it, whatnot, and but this one out here definitely does. I like Iowa. You can get out here and actually get kind of racy here. You can I don't know, with these cars, it might go single grooved later on, depending on the tires and whatnot. I know the middle high groove will come in, but you can at some point, you know, get a little racy out here, maybe able to get, you know, 2 wide and sometimes 3 wide if you want to take it that far.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely all kinds of racing room here for these guys tonight. I don't know about necessarily going 3 wide, but maybe later in the race they'll try something. We've got a couple of fast guys, Shane Therian and Michael Finlayson, of course, a couple of the fastest in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I'd look for really anything towards the end of the race, but hopefully these guys will keep it kind of sane for the first bit.
Well, you talk about Shane Therian, that's the man, Evil Motorsports, and he put it on top here for the pole. Michael Finlayson sitting right there beside of him. Them 2 are teammates, and there's some bad fast dudes and some bad fast cars on a bad fast short track tonight here, and looking very good while they're doing it out there around the track. So, Evil Motorsports, as they call themselves, and they definitely get evil every time they get behind the wheel of their car.
Yeah, they definitely have a grip on this series, and even the truck series, they have a grip on this league in general right now, so it'll be tough to knock them off the top spot, but, you know, I mean, we've got Joshua L. Adams currently sitting in 3rd, Joel Holloway in 4th, Chris Wright in 5th. I mean, there's some guys that are going to keep up with them, but it'll still be hard for them to knock them off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've seen Chris Wright in the past couple weeks here, been able to wheel that 48 machine around here. And look good. John T. Wimmis right there in 7th, so it's good to see him up there. Corey Blevins, another one that's I've seen come up through the ranks there a little bit. You know, don't count, discredit or count out that 88. Like you said, Joshua Adams and Joel Holloway. I've seen those 2. I do like that number 66. Got that guitar machine. That's what I call him.
Yeah, I loaded in as a driver, so I'll have to wait till they grid right here to see that. But there's certainly a couple of nice paint schemes out there. Obviously, I'd give a nod to my own TN Designs paint schemes, but I also noticed the 99 looked pretty good and a couple others.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. About to set here to go tonight. Shane Therian, the man put it on pole. Let's get a quick grid in order here. Because Shane Therian, the man on pole tonight. Michael Finlayson starting in 2nd. Joshua Adams in 3rd. Joel Holloway 4th. Chris Wright starting in 5th. Jonathan Wall starting in 6th. John T. Wimmis there in 7th. Corey Blevins in 8th. Bradley Burke starting in 9th. Cody Tabor in 10th. As we look through the rest of this field here, we got 17 bad fast guys and some bad fast machines. And a bad fast little track here, like you said, and ought to be very interesting. This is some short track racing. It can get hectic or it can get very good, depending on how patient some of these guys are.
I'm sorry, there was a little bit of all teams chatter. You're going to have to repeat that one last part.
Well, I just said it can get kind of hectic out here, depending on how patient some of these guys can be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if they're patient at the start, we'll see a bit like in the NMNTS Grand National race here a week or so ago, where we fouled out real quick and we ran around a little bit. Or if these guys are looking for a lot of spots at the start, which is totally fine, we could see a couple of cautions from the get-go. So yeah, it all depends on how these guys approach this first part of the race.
Gateway. That was an interesting race.
Yeah, there were a couple of parts of Gateway, although I wasn't in the race to see them. We had a
raced the Gateway race
function on our number 81 that night.
Well, I raced in the Gateway over in the Extreme and the trucks, and I'm gonna tell you, that is a tough track. Obviously short track in itself, and a tough one to get around. And I survived a lot of directs, ended up finishing good there, but I'm gonna tell you what, it was playing Dodge truck all night long, pretty much. So it's just a tough track. Like I said, this one here can be, but by nature, it usually does, have some good racing here. I mean, we got some very good. That's another thing about Hardline here. I gotta give these guys credit. And that's why I told John T. Wimmis, you gotta come over here and check these guys out. The last couple of weeks, they've done a tremendous job as far as like cautions and very respectful, hard racing clean here. And also, the next season, we're going to see cup car action here in Hardline.
Yeah, I'm working on setting up a team myself for that, just on the driving side of things. We're working on piloting some Ford Fusions to kind of get Ford a little bit of representation in the series, because it seems like a lot of these guys prefer Chevy and Toyota, but we're going to get a nice little Ford team set up with Zach Lindgren and hopefully Chris Matthews. So yeah, we're looking to have an all right team going into that
Cool.
series.
Awesome. I tell you what, yeah, I like the Ford Fusion and Toyota. I got one league though. They're all about the Chevy. I call it the Chevy League. So that's the Racing Freaks, which I actually talk about Racing Freaks. We'll be there tomorrow night. And I believe we're at Michigan tomorrow with them. So it's going to be some fast-paced, exciting racing there. But we got 150 laps here tonight with some short track cars, Xfinity style here, folks. I'm about to get set. Shane Therian's going to let loose here in that Evil Motorsports and get kind of evil out front with that car.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely look for the 38 and 14 to get going right from the start, like we said a bit ago. But I'll let you take the start here, Joe.
All right, pace cars coming into turn 4, folks. Fasten your seat belts, because I know these drivers are. It's about to get hairy and bumpy out here. Pace cars dropping off in the pit road. Here we go. Shane Therian's going to hammer through the gears and let it go. Green flag is going to fly in the air. Lap 1 of 150 is going to be completed almost this time around. Shane Therian and Michael Finlayson go door to door into turn 1. They are still stacked up 2 deep all the way back to like maybe 10th or 12th spot.
Yeah, and we see Michael Finlayson get the run down the back straightaway in 3. We're going to see that all night on restarts. The top side is just a better place to be to get that run down the back.
Yeah, it is. Like I say, middle to high side is the way to be. You can get on in the inside and pass. Better do it early, though, because those tires wear out. It's going to be a hectic thing. Right now, though, the man out front, Michael Finlayson in that 14, took the top spot. Boy, they got a little loose off there. So did the car back there. We've got a good battle going on for 3rd and 4th and 5th.
Yep, now the 2, it looks like we have the 1 into the wall, set up the 51 just a little bit, but they're all going again. Finlayson's still out front leading. Therian follows behind, and looks like the 66 of Holloway follows in.
Yeah, absolutely. Got Bradley Burke right there in the 7th spot, looking good. Old Thomas Bretzi in the 8. Cody Tabor sitting there. 9th spot, Rusty Capel. John T. Wimms looks like he's a little off the pace in the 81 machine. In the backside back there, but everybody pretty patient. Excuse me, waiting around, patient, and we've got a car up in the wall, looks like.
Yeah, it looks like that might have been the 99 of Corey Blevins, actually. It was. He's got a very colorful paint scheme tonight.
We also got 21 of Cody Tabor, who was riding that high side, very high up there, been flirting with disaster. He's got old Zach Linger, and I like to say he just lingers around. Well, he's lingering around in the booth last night and having a ball. He's out there running that T in his eyes, man, the paint scheme on the 85 machine. He's up underneath Cody Tabor. He's trying to take the 11th spot away.
Yeah, I think Zach is going to look at this as a really methodical kind of piece for him tonight. We got a caution out.
And he got a caution. That would be Corey Blevins. 99, not what he wants to see tonight. Let's go back on a replay here and let the viewers out there see, because everybody loves Rex. Looks like he's just off the pace a little bit. And John T. Wimbish is trying to figure out how to maybe get around him. I don't know if those two may have got together. They're going awful slow. And John, oh man, and then John nowhere to go. Wow, Corey just lost it. I mean, that thing just stepped out from under him. So hate to see that on his end.
Yeah, Corey was one of the most vocal drivers, I'd say, in Team Speak a little bit ago about the track being real loose. So, you know, I'm not totally surprised by that. He's a great driver and all, but he's not too happy with the track right now. But I think John Wimbish might have missed the start. He had a bit of a connection issue there when they were gridding, so he might have missed a start and gotten back there. And normally when you're that far back, you can maybe stay out of trouble, but that did not work out for him that time.
Well, it looked like he was trying to be patient there behind Corey Blevins when it was coming around there. Just a victim of circumstance. I mean, when he started to spin, nowhere to go, that thing just closes it. This is not really a self-cleaning track, so to speak, like other ones, but I do notice I got Michael Finlayson and Shane Therian both come in for tires, so something you might see here as everybody else stays out. Tires might be a factor.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised to see those three stay out, really, among anyone. I did not expect that one at all.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, like I say, Michael Finlayson's out there, but Joel Holloway stayed out, Joshua Adams stayed out, and Cody Tabor stayed out there. And like I was telling you about there, Joe Holloway, let's get that 66 machine. I call it the guitar machine. And then you got your iBuy power machine right behind him. Cody Tabor's there in third. But You know, obviously we know who the evil motorsports are. That's Michael Finlayson and Shane Thayer, and it seems like these guys, man, are just bad, fast, evil. Because anytime they get behind the wheel, they get things done.
Yeah, for sure. I'd look to see them get right by these guys that stayed out right up front. I wouldn't expect it to take them too long, honestly. But, you know, they've got the fresh tires, and it is a loose track, as we already see with Corey Blevins leaking a couple of times. So I wouldn't expect it to take them very long to make work of the 21, 88, and 66 here.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't either. Just, you know, one of those things. Turn your volume up some. There we go. I don't. The track seems like, I mean, the guys up front didn't look like it was bad, but obviously Corey back there was having a handful, and then that car just stepped out from under him without even any notice or anything. So I hate to see that. So I don't know what these guys are feeling out there. I know you said you did some laps. What do you think the track feels like?
So it really depended on how much brake you put into the car on entry, but normally you were pretty stable through entry at least. It's when you came out of the corner, and we saw that with the 99, it's when you come out of the corner, if you still have any more wheels than you need in the car, you're going to get loose. So a lot of the time, even I was coming out of the corner, I just had a little too much wheel in it. I'll still turn a little too far to the left is what that means. And come out of the corner, and the back end just, you know, the wheels are still pointing a little bit left, so the back end just came right around, and it's not hard to spin a car out here tonight.
Well, something we're going to have to keep an eye on throughout the race here, because obviously we're going to be here, looks like probably going to be lap 11 by the time they go back green flag racing of 150 here, Hardline Racing, Iowa Speedway, folks. I got old Andrew Kennelly up here in the booth with me, and Joe White is always up here, and everybody hears me week in and week out every day. Talk about old Andrew, man, and company, and you saw it out there in the chat. All I'd have to say right now is, what does Andrew represent? And man, I know somebody in the chat's going to say it. So, but obviously you got your thing there, TN Designs, Racing Designs, and graphics. And we got a few cars out here looking good with some TN Design logos on.
Yeah, definitely. Like we mentioned at the start of the show, we've got that number 85, as always, in the TN Designs Ford Mustang. It's a reverse of my personal paint scheme, and then in the 81, he's having some trouble with the pits after that last wreck, but in the 81 we have John T. Wimbish in the Budweiser Ford Mustang, also painted by us, and also actually the exact same paint scheme I sometimes run. So it's pretty cool to see that.
Absolutely. It's always good to see some paint jobs out there you put your work time into. As we're getting set here to go back green flag racing, these guys are going to put the hammer down. We're going to see how Joel Holloway and that guitar machine out front there does. He's going to play a tune of V8 horsepower. Green flags in the air. We're going to have lap 11 here with 150. Boy, Shane Therian says, better go, man, because I'm behind you. I got 4 fresh Goodyears here, and I want to get up to the front. I want to lead a lot of laps. They take it 2 wide up front. Almost 3 wide in the back. Battle for 3rd spot and 2nd right there. Michael Finlayson gets loose.
And that was actually very surprising. I mean, we saw the 66 didn't really get going up on the top. The 88 took the lead from the bottom. The 66 did choose the top side for that restart. Now we've got Shane Terry and Michael Finlayson, like we said, making quick work of these guys that stayed out.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Joshua Adams been able to stay up good. He's got that eye-by power up front, and he's definitely got it. Right now, coming off the turn, these cars are wicked loose. Right there, Shane Therian dials on the inside of Michael Finlayson door-to-door. Joe Holloway's up there banging a wall, man. He's playing a tune on the outside there.
Yeah, and there were a couple of shots out, and we got a caution again.
All right, we under caution. Let's see what we got out here. Looks like the 10 car. We'll go back on him because he's awful slow off the pace. Might not be him, but we'll be in the vicinity. See if it's a self-spin again like it was before. Got a feeling the way them cars was acting up front there, and this track is very slick, just ill handling. And, oh no, it actually happened in front of him. Corey Blevins again, the 99. Well, he is just not a happy camper tonight.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, it's tricky to get out of turn 4, especially with this car right now. It's definitely really loose, not a lot of rear downforce. So, I mean, like I was saying, if you just have a little bit too much wheel when you come out of the corner and lose that banking, you are going to go around. I mean, or at least get really, really loose where you really have to spend a lot of your straightaway catching it and getting back to a rhythm. So, it's not surprising to see it happening, but to me personally, it's surprising to see it happen in Corey Blevins twice in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, here's the thing we're seeing right now. Michael Finlayson and company and Shane Therian are coming down here to pits for tires every chance they can get. It has to be that ill handling of a car. We saw some of those guys up there get loose. Almost a 14 got loose right there. And, hey, what's going on there, John Marine? How you doing? Christopher Matthews. Mr. Presidential missed that. I don't watch the president stuff because I really don't care, because they're all politicians and they all lie. So there you go. It's my take on it, and I'm gonna stick to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, on a different note, I really like what Chris Wright did right there. He stayed out. He pitted on that last caution, so unlike Joshua Adams, he has some tires on that car, but he'll be able to take advantage of this track position. And even if he doesn't keep it ahead of the 14 and 38 and even the 51, he'll get some track position out of it, hopefully make a gain for himself. So I really, really like that move.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the 88 though, he stayed out the time before, so he's on a lot older tires than a lot of the other guys. We saw Michael Finlayson and company going blowing to the front there on the newer tires, and then they were having a little hard time getting around the 88. So like I said, if you don't make that move early, later on, it's definitely going to be a hard one there. What's going on, Billy? How you doing out there in the chat? Welcome here tonight, because we're Hardline Racing here. Contender Series, Xfinity style, Iowa track here. And I'm up here in the booth. I got old Andrew Kennelly up here from TN Designs up here tonight with me, calling some action. He said, well, I'm just not driving. I'm tired.
Yeah, we've had a couple of wheel issues on our own front, so we're taking a little bit of a break from some racing, but like you'll hear my voice just like Tuesday night in the Kentucky race. You'll hear my voice running qualifying in the MTS races this week, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be awesome right there. They do a unique style qualifying, one by one out there. Just different styles for different leagues. It's unique to see, and it's awesome throughout the night. But good racing so far. I mean, for what these guys have out here, and I know I sent a praise to them earlier on about last couple weeks. They've been really good on caution-wise. Well, this track tonight's just been a handful.
Yeah, I know this one will be a lot of people's kryptonite, I think, even if it doesn't show early. I mean, we're already seeing Corey Blevins just having a lot of trouble with this track tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised as the laps wear on and, people get into the wall, maybe knock the right front toe out of the car, even more spins out of turn 2 and turn 4. So, but on a different note, as I think more and more about this just from a driver standpoint, I think what that 88 might be counting on is the tires to tighten up a little bit. So he might be just trying to wear through that first layer of rubber on the tire and get to a tire, a layer of rubber on that tire that holds the gas out of the corner better, and in the long run will be quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the one thing, he's got to hang on to the top spot here, because we're going to see a bad fast number 14 right there behind him, which is Michael Finlayson's going to be putting the hammer down and trying to come to the front. He did before, and he got that quick caution out there that kind of slowed down that momentum. So it's going to be interesting here on this restart to see what he can do. And Chris Wright.
Yeah, this restart right here should be interesting, because we've got Michael Finlayson boxed in up on the top, and then Shane Therian a couple of rows out of the lead. So this one will be exciting, I think.
Yep, absolutely. His pace car's coming into turn number 3, going to set sail here on the pit road. And it's going to send old Joshua Adams out there in the I-Power machine. He's going to have Chris right there beside of him in the number 48. Michael Finlayson in behind him. Cody Tabor's there. Pace car's in. Here we go. Green flag is about to fly. It's in the air. It'll be lap 19 of 150, folks. We're getting hammered down. Right there is there. It's 2 by 2. Joshua Adams gets a good jump going in, but Chris right there on the inside. Can he hold it down? And here comes that evil man trying to take it 3 wide. Michael Finlayson behind him as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, and just like I mentioned, that's exactly why I like Chris Wright's move. He was able to jump right out of turn 2 and get right up in front of the 88 for that lead. But here comes that fast and all Chevrolet of Michael Finlayson on the bottom.
Absolutely. He is on the inside there trying to look for more. Take it to the front side. He's on the inside of the 48, looking good. At the 88 on the high side there, 2 deep all the way back. Got action up front, middle, and the back of this one. It's a good race so far. 51 there, Bradley Burke. Check him out. He's on the inside of the 88. Now we got a battle again for the lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Michael Finlayson is wasting no time trying to get up to the lead here. We've got Bradley Burke following. He's on good tires as well. And, of course, Shane Terrian in 5th. He's looking for a way around this 51. Oh, we got a spinner. It's 48.
Yes, it is. Well, what happened there was basically Michael Finlayson caught someone else. Basically, the 48 got a little loose. We saw him. Well, we're going to go back on the replay here and just watch the whole thing. We'll explain it that way. But we're kind of watching it there live as we see old Michael Finlayson dive on the inside. They were door to door. They're wheeling it around. Looking very good doing it here. A lot of patience on their end. And that 48 machine, he was down there low, and then he just started losing it. They just tapped each other. Doesn't take much here. And barely caught the quarter panel. Oh, the 42 machine almost. Rusty Capel almost got by. Hate to see that. Now, here's my other question, because I believe here they don't do fast fixes, right?
That is correct. We've started the season with a couple of fast fixes, but as the season wore on, series admins decided to pull them. So Rusty Capel will be in the pits for quite a while getting that engine swapped out.
Yeah, I hate to see that. And, well, the reason I say it is because, Michael Finlayson got some damage there on the back deck lid of it. Might not be too bad. A little bit of optional repair, be able to get in and get out. Hopefully that car's not too beat up. He'll be able to get back up front. It just looks like these guys are having a hard time holding the cars and, loose conditions. I mean, that's pretty much what has been the theme here all night. These guys are going to just pretty much have to, as the race goes on, understand going to have to calm down. I know that's a hard thing to say and do as a racer, but you're going to have to, or it's going to be a long night for some drivers.
Yeah, for sure. Although looking at this 14, at first it did not look bad at all, but I looked at it again. He was coming down the pits and he was dog walking it. So that rear axle is totally shifted over to the left. So it's going to be a handful for him, or he's just going to have to wait it out in the pits and get it fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. He's under caution right now. The best thing to do is try to get everything he possibly can as far as, optional repairs and repairs on that machine to try to maybe get it back out there. The reason we say that, folks, is it's almost just pretty much like real racing. You tear your car up, hey, boom, and there's my accountant out there as always, Andrew, John Marine. He's out there counting numbers again, and he's saying 700 by the end of July. Man, that's a big number, man. I don't know.
Well, I'd say as I look at this too, being just 69 away, it could be possible.
Yeah, and I've always said it time and time again, say it about every week. It's not me that makes that happen. It's all the viewers, all the league, all the drivers. I appreciate each and every one of them because they're the ones that have to click the button, come out here and sit and listen to me, jabber on this thing and talk about these guys going around in circles. I love doing it. We 7 days a week we're here. Got some awesome leagues. Monday Night Thunder, Extreme Motorsports, Wind's Tail, Hardline, SRA, and Racing Freaks. Got a lot of great leagues out there, and these guys, man, they do wonderful things and have fun, man, doing them, week in and week out.
Yeah, I see all kinds of what's the word? Archive live streams up on your channel all the time. So you've definitely got a wide variety there, and I could see it being possible getting 700 by the end of July. I mean, if you get, say, 10 a week, 10 new ones a week, you might be there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been happy. It's from last November I was at 31. So, within the, what is it, it's about 6 months now. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a good ride. And like I say, I appreciate the viewers, appreciate about it. I mean, and it's also racing like it's put on like here from the leagues that we do. I mean, these viewers come out here to see some awesome racing here week in and week out. It is awesome to see that.
Yeah, I know a lot of the viewers out there are more friends or family of the racers that we see each night, so that's part of it too, not just the racers, but also a lot of the friends and family, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can't count them out. I love seeing the family members out there, and it's awesome. John out there, he's crazy. And that's one thing I do like doing, Andrew, is I do like interacting with a lot of the viewers and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Although, looks like we're coming to the green flag here. Joshua Adams back on top, and the one of Jonathan Wall on the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that Jonathan Wall up there at the top side. Joshua Adams is going to be in that 88. Pace car's coming out turn 4. It's in pit road. Here we go. Green flag. It'll be lap 27 of 150 in the books. Hopefully these guys will calm down just a little bit. Now they understand that this car is a handful and definitely not their best friend tonight. I'll tell you what, right now, look at that number 1. Get a good jump out front. They're 2 wide behind him, coming almost 3 wide going down the backstretch.
Yeah, but that was a great move by Bradley Burke to just try and stick it out on the bottom and get that run out when Jonathan Wall almost got into the wall up out of turn 2. So that was a great move by him to take the lead there.
Yeah,
and Shane Terrian's in the wall.
Oh, now that's not what we want to see. Oh, Shane Therian in the wall. He's the other Evil Motorsports. So already we're seeing something. And as we say that, Bradley Burke almost clips it right there. What we're seeing is these guys are just having their hands full with this car out here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think the winner of this race overall is going to come out of someone who is kind of laying back, like maybe even our own Zach Lindgren, who's laying back and just taking this one step at a time, taking it real methodically, and just really thinking about how much throttle input and wheel input you're putting into the car when you come out of the corners, because that's what's going to be what spins you out or keeps you going straight.
Yep, absolutely. You're probably hit the nail on the head right there, because there's hard racing going on up front. Bradley Burke's the man out on point. Got that 51 machine out front. Got old Joshua Adams in second, but he has got a number 1 on the inside, Jonathan Wall. And here comes Shane Therian, that Evil Motorsports. If these guys can get around here a little bit, get some heat built up in those tires, might start seeing some great racing here. I mean, I'm not saying they ain't great anyways, but start seeing a little bit of a non-slickness, so to speak, here until the tires totally wear out. But that's kind of what's happening. Cold tires on a really hectic track. These guys were having their hands full.
Yeah, I just clicked over to the info tab, and the ambient temperature is only 74 here, so that translates to a 102 track temperature. So it's definitely slick as we see Jonathan Wall in the wall.
Yeah, no doubt. He's trying to take the wall down.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, these Evil Motorsports guys, the 38 of Shane Terrian, and even though Bronson Stafford isn't here tonight, the 39 of him, and then the 14 of Michael Finlayson, they just have no quit. They ran, what was it, 250 miles last night at Daytona, no cautions, and they came out, all 3 of their cars, in the top 4.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They put on a show last night, and Shane Terrian's trying to do the same tonight. Michael Finlayson was until a couple of circumstances out of turn 2 a little while ago, took him out of that for a bit.
Yep, well, right now got a good battle going on back here in the 6th and 5th spot. Got Chris Wright back there. He's running in the tire tracks of Joel Holloway. Thomas Bretzy's trying to bring that thing to the front of the 24. And then back behind him, you talk about Zach Lingern. Well, he's just lingering around back there in the 8th spot right now, just biding his time, being a little patient, seeing what this car will do. And you talk about Michael Finlayson, unfortunately being 4 laps down. Yeah, he hurt that car really bad. So his teammate, it's all on him tonight. Shane Therian, the man in 3rd spot.
Yeah, up front, you know, Evil Motorsports is still trying to put on a show like we mentioned, but Bradley Burke is the man on point. I think he's just trying to set a pace right now and get to the end. But like we were saying, that mindset of just taking this one step at a time is really paying off for guys like Thomas Bresci and Zach Lingman there. They went by Jonathan Wall after he got into the wall. So if they just keep it methodically and keep moving up, I think they'll be contenders by the end of this.
Yep, absolutely. We talk about lap times too. Bradley Burke's actually putting down some pretty good lap times. A 23.830 was his last lap, and the guy behind him was a 23.9. So, I mean, he is actually putting down some bad fast times in that 51 machine. Don't know if he's trying to use tires up or just trying to get as far out as he can. Joshua Adams, though, is still trying to track him down. This time by, he is still putting down some bad fast times.
Yeah, but as we check the lap times there, Shane Terrian is almost mirroring Bradley Burke. So obviously that 38's quick, and he's trying to make a move on the 88, it looks like, right here.
It is. If we can get that run on him, let's say it looks like the middle high groove is the place to be. After a while, when the tires wear down, you're going to have that middle to high groove. Trying to pass on the inside, you can do it. The problem is you're going to have to be very, very gingerly on the throttle, because that thing will step out just like that. We just saw almost did on him.
Yeah, but this time he's looking again, and this could be a three-way battle by the end of this run, possibly. Or just couple. Well, there we go. Shane Terrian got loose out of the corner, had a nice little wiggle there. I was saying maybe as Bradley Burke looked to maybe slow up a little bit, it might have been a three-car battle here in a few laps, but they spread right back out as soon as he said that.
Yeah, well, you know, what we were seeing right there just for a second is what I was just saying. He can dive down on the inside, get on the inside there, Joshua Adams. The problem is you need that high side, as now he pounds the wall right there and scrapes it. That's going to hurt the front end of the car. But what we're saying is when you can get on the inside of a guy, the problem is when you're side by side, if you don't make that pass by the time coming off the turn, you need that high side to drift up. And that car's going to get loose, or you're going to have to be very gingerly on the throttle. And we saw it. That thing almost stepped out from under. I always say that was an evil car for an evil driver.
Yeah, and so the problems with the bottom line here is really you're going to have to get in the gas a little bit later than the guy up on top. That's why the guy up on top has that run down the back straightaway normally. They're able to get in the gas earlier, carry a higher speed than he can straightaway. But the biggest thing when you're coming up off the bottom is, so you're going to tighten up, right? So you really have to crank that wheel to the left and then straighten it out real quick and hopefully not hit the wall. And so if you have that wheel cranked to the left as hard as you have to, even for a half a second longer, that's when you're going to get loose. And that's what we saw from Shane Terrian try to make the move on Joshua Adams a few laps ago.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's still a good battle. He's all over the back deck lid of him there. And Timothy out in the chat says, ask Andrew if he can make a 10 Designs car on NASCAR 15.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I used to paint on NASCAR 15 all the time, and then that kind of laid the foundation for what I do now, but go right ahead. I mean, it's free advertising for us. You are definitely welcome to.
No, he's asking you to do it. Can you do one?
Well,
or he might be able to do it. I mean, now I have seen Tim. He actually has made an Extreme and an OSR Network car, so I know he knows how to do it. So, talk about dedicated viewers, man. He's definitely dedicated. I'll give him that. Loves the racing.
Heck yeah, that'd be really cool if you did. Like I said, that's free advertising, so that's, you know, of course, go for it. I mean, but as far as me doing that, I'd have to blow the dust off my old 360, and I'm not sure if it wants to actually get going again. It's been sitting there for a while without moving. So, we might get back on there soon, though. Never know.
I hear that. Well, we got a good battle going on here for the second spot between Joshua Adams and Shane Terrian. They've been going at it here for the past several laps, back and forth. Shane's able to get on the inside. He's just not been able to get that run coming off the turn. Like I was saying, you got to have that momentum. If you don't get him going in the middle, you can almost forget about it coming off, because that car's just going to step sideways. And there he's going to try it again on the inside. He just cannot keep the bite down low on that car coming off the turn.
Yeah, so something you might have picked up on the broadcasting SRA's dirt races lately is the slide job. So really, as we see Joshua Adams finally give the spot to Shane Terrian, that's some sportsmanlike conduct right there. I really like to see that, but what I was going to say before that was Shane Terrian's going to have to try a slide job here, and that's basically just pitching it off into the corner like you would a dirt car, and trying to get ahead of the car that you're passing by exit of the corner, and then you're going to slide up in front of that car and hopefully slow them down a little bit. Although, if they have time to turn the wheel left without losing the car, they can pull across over and get right back by you and slide job you. So it's definitely an art form. Personally, I love to do it, especially in pavement cars, because it's just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, well, more prevalent, you know, in dirt tracking, because that's pretty much what it is. You're sideways most of the time. Slide job here can lead to, well, maybe the car behind you bumping you. So
yeah, and that's where the art
yeah.
form comes in. You can either get bumped from the guy behind, or you can put yourself in the wall. So it's definitely something you have to finesse, if anything. So it's not the easiest thing to do. Although I'm watching the lap times, and it looks like Shane Terry might have something left to grab the Burke here.
Yeah, he does. That damage on the right side there's not slowing him down one bit. Looks like he's able to come up through there, trying to go on that low side, see if we can't get it to work. But the more we go here, yeah, he's definitely a lot faster than Bradley Burke. Let's see, it won't take long for him to pull him in. I noticed, like I say, they're taking that high line. So we'll see, once he catches him, he's going to be able to do it. But boy, flirting with disaster. How close they're getting to that wall right there. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I don't like getting that close to the wall when I drive.
Yeah, it's something I definitely had to get used to, coming from NASCAR 15, like Tim mentioned out in the chat. Coming from that game where it's really an arcade game, it's really weird getting used to it, but after a few months, I finally, honestly, grew the courage, I guess, for lack of a better term, to go up there and stick it up on the wall. But it's definitely intimidating, especially at a place like this where you can end up in it so easily.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm more of a road racing guy. I came from road race stuff. Known NASCAR. I've watched it since I was little, which way back in the 70s. So, been a while, and I've always been interested in it and all. But as far as playing wise or driving wise, I really like road stuff. I get out here and do the oval stuff a lot, but you know, it's a different world, man, with what those guys go through. And I see old Dre broadcast, man. Dave's out there. What's going on, Dave? How you doing?
Yeah, it looks like we have K Hill 145 asking about what caused the red flag in the truck race. I can take a stroll down Facebook and see if I can pick up on something there. So I might be lax on the comments here for just a minute.
That's fine. Check it out. Well, Dave, what are you saying out there talking about, man, what a night. It's been a good night here so far at Iowa. We're at lap 55, obviously having a good long green flag run. Good battle going on back here for 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Old Joel Holloway, got Thomas Bretzi right there in the 6th spot. Zach Linger, and he is hanging out there in 7th. Casey Shoes right there in 8th. Ain't lost the shoe yet, so that's a good thing. Man, still running around the track. Looking very good here tonight, so yeah. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. Sonoma. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, you must be... You're in the south, ain't you there, Dave? I know you're down that way. Yeah,
So just real quick. Go ahead.
What's up? Go ahead. What you got?
Well, I was going to say just real quick while we're on the topic of the real races, in case there's anyone out there watching tonight that maybe can't catch the race Sunday afternoon, if you head over to Pit Stop Insider on Twitter and Facebook, we'll have complete live tweeting, I guess, coverage of the race. So we'll have updates going out there every so often to try and keep everyone updated if they're missing the race. I just wanted to shout that out real quick in case someone's listening. You can head over there, and we have all kinds of updates on what's going on.
He's on Twitter, folks.
Yeah, I sometimes use the tweeters myself.
That's what I call it. I call it tweeter. I get a kick out of it. I got a good battle going on right here. I've been watching this for the last several laps. Old Joel Holloway and Thomas Bretzi right there. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Talk about Zach Linger, and he's in the mix there. And old Casey Shoes pulling it up there. So we got 4-car horse battle going on here for a second. And finally, Thomas Bretzi gets around old Joel Holloway's, bringing Zach Linger with him. So, good racing going on back here amongst these guys.
Yeah, I was actually watching them before I went back to check on the truck race, rather, and then came back to see that. And yeah, they've got a nice little battle going on. Casey Shoe right behind them. He's trying to get in the mix here. And then the 10 car behind them, Robert Kenny, he is a couple of laps down, but he's in the picture at least.
Oh, yeah. Is that a close enough shot for you there, Tim? I guess you're wanting to get a shot on what the paint job looks like so that you can replicate it. So, that's about as close as I can get. I actually set that shot up so it kind of showcases paint jobs and whatnot. So hopefully that'll help you out, man. Oh, Casey Shue, look at him. He's came from 15th to 6th spot right now. And he's right there. He's trying for more, trying to get the top 5. He's running pretty good in that number 4 car. Look like Zach Lingham's just a little bit tight, riding up on the high side. He's got old Cody Tabor coming up on the back side of him. Chris Wright's back there in 9th. And John T. Wimmett's not giving up. He definitely knows he can get some positions out here, get some experience. I hate he had a bad start, but you know, I hate that. No, Chris Matthews out there in the chat. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah, as you were saying, we saw Thomas Bryce get by the 66. Casey Shue get by the 85, and 85 starting to fall back. So this is just kind of the effect of a long run here. And as far as the truck race, I wasn't able to get any details on that. But yeah, I saw they were under caution. Just
Google
that. Well,
NASCAR.com.
Tell you what, I know exactly where to look. I'll go look at the tweeters.
Yeah, that tweeter and NASCAR.com. What's going on, Ray? How you doing out there? Well, I'll tell you what, got a good race going on. These guys better put on a good show back here. Right along here with old Casey Shue. Man's running on all his shoes tonight, looking good. Sitting in the 6th spot. He's hoping to get up there in the top 5. He's got that number 4 machine. Man out front still is Bradley Burt. And no, Joshua Adams has still yet to be able to run him down. So Bradley's been able to hold up. Shane Therians fell back to 3rd. So they're close up there. Definitely is a good battle going on amongst those 3. But yeah, they're on a long green flag run. And these guys have been very patient here. You know, kind of sketchy at the first. The track was a little treacherous, so to speak. But right now we're at lap 66 of 150. Good long green flag run right here.
Yeah, it's really nice to see these guys finally get a run in here. We've gone through that first stage, which ended at lap 45. And now we're up to mid-60s, almost to lap 70, almost halfway through this race.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll fly by. Short track racing here at Iowa Speedway, Hardline Racing, Contender Series. Folks, this is the Xfinity Series cars. You know, it's getting down here soon. We'll start talking about the next couple weeks here. Points and playoffs and who is going to be in the battle for what, and championships to end up on this season, because it ought to start getting really good as the season's winding down. I can tell you right now, though, Shane Therian is one of the main men, along with Michael Finlayson out there, but there's a couple other cats here that definitely is in the mix. So it's going to be an interesting end of the season, or second half of the season, so to speak, as we get down there to the closing part. And then next season, here at Hardline, they're going to change it up. They got the Henderson Designs, Cup Series they're going to have.
Yeah, Henderson Graphics is another one that does really, really good. I will definitely give them a shout out. Elliot Henderson Graphics, I believe is the name there.
Yes,
so,
that's right. Yep.
Yeah, they do a good job just like TN Designs does. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that Cup Series myself.
Yeah, that'll actually be one of their title sponsors here. It was announced by Hardline and Cody Tabor, who runs Hardline here. He runs the truck series that runs on Wednesday night, which have some phenomenal racing there. You can check those guys out, Primetime TV over there on Wednesday nights. So they have some good stuff. Long-haired OSR Network here tonight. We're giving you the Contender Series, and as far as I know, cross fingers, I haven't heard anything different. So we'll be here for the Cup Series. So, you know, unless Cody decides that, hey, there might be somebody better out there. I don't know.
Oh, I doubt that. I think what the plan is to move this series over to Wednesdays, where we have the trucks right now, and then move Cup to Friday nights. Although it looks like we missed a whole round of pit stops there while I was checking on the truck series race.
Oh,
looks like most of the field is already pitted, and maybe Thomas Bresci and Casey Shue are on this long run. Shane Therian should cycle out to the lead, as Bradley Burke follows him by the leader of Thomas Bresci in that number 24. Behind them, it looks like it'll be Joshua Adams and Chris Wright to get better laps back.
Yeah, you talk about Shane there, and he just passed the leader up there, which is actually Thomas Bressing him to get back on the lead lap. You're right, we was watching those pit stops while we were sitting here just talking. And look, like I said, it's a long green flag run, green flag pit stops. Casey Shue, the man up there, and Thomas Bressy is yet to make a pit stop. They probably want to think about doing that. As like you said, Shane Therian sitting in third spot, Bradley Burt right there behind him. So it's a good battle going on. But looks like Shane Therian is fighting that car awful loose sometimes coming off the turns.
Yeah, I think new tires are kind of the most treacherous for these guys because they've got that extra grip, and so coming out of the corner, the rear tires want to hook up more than they do on the long run. And so maybe on the long run, they aren't going to get so loose out of the corner. At least that's what it seemed to look like. Although, I think what Bressy and Shue were trying to play on this strategy is maybe get to where they can make it just this one stop for the rest of the race. Or, possibly, another idea would be come in this time and come in a little bit later, but only for 2 tires.
Well, you know, they haven't came in yet, so the problem with what they're doing right now is they're running 24.9, 24.7 lap times, and the guys behind them there are running 23.7. They're a second, almost 1.2 seconds off the pace, and the more they stay out, the more it's going to hinder. I understand what they're trying to do. The thing about it is, I mean, it would work, but a caution would definitely mess that up.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like we've got the 24 coming in this time. 81, I think, just pitted as well. And the 10 might, yep, 10 is on his way in. But as I was just sitting up here, you know, when I'm in the race car, I'm always thinking about what I could do to maybe eliminate a stop here or there. And, you know, I was just figuring maybe they want to stretch this out. But as you were mentioning, they are running a lot slower. And here we come. We have Casey Shue coming in this time. But even if they were able to eliminate that one stop, I think they would end up losing time overall until the very end of the race, when they very well could have their tires all burnt out anyway. So I definitely would have come in with the leaders, but I mean, I can see what they maybe were trying to do there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always a gamble and a lottery. Hopefully you get maybe a caution, quick caution, catch everybody a lap down. Right now, got a good battle though, which is actually going to be for the lead. As you got old Shane Therian up front, Bradley Burt right there all over his tire tracks on the back deck lid. So we're going to see these two cats battling out here shortly. I'll tell you what, Shane Therian still, though, out front. He's in the wall. The 51 had to check up real quick. That's what I was about to say there, Andrew. What I've been seeing, Shane, he has been having to muscle that car around this track.
Yeah, he's definitely been having a bit of an interesting time with that wall, getting really acquainted there, and it looks like now he's got a big old gash in the back end of his car. It shouldn't affect him too much as far as power-wise. It may or may not affect him aerodynamically, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I'm not exactly sure how iRacing maps that out with aerodynamic damage, but as far as realism goes, you probably have a little less downforce as that rear spoiler is pushed up towards the window, so there wouldn't be as much air on it. So in reality, I think that would definitely hurt him a little bit. In iRacing though, I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, well, then the problem with that is what you're saying. He's already having a hard time trying to catch that thing out there. We've seen it almost step out from under him several times, and he's up there flirting with disaster on that wall. And he's already got into the wall a couple times. The problem is the 51 got in the back of him. Obviously, it wasn't no fault of his own, no fault of Shane Therian there. He got in the wall. 51 nowhere to go. It was right there, bumped him in the butt a little bit. Hey, these two guys been having a good battle. He's still been able to stay right there in his tire tracks. Problem is Casey Shue.
And there he is, yep. The 38 got real loose there.
Yeah, Casey Shue's right there. As lap down, he's going to be able to get his lap back on those new tires.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up in a second. Thomas Bressy and Casey Shue definitely lost a bunch of time. They lost about 5 seconds pulling that strategy, but it looks like it may pay off for him a little bit right here in case we get a quick caution. If that 4 can get around these couple of leaders, he might be able to be in a position where it ends up paying off. They may be able to just take no tires or just 2 tires if we have a caution quick enough.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Shane Therian is driving that thing like it's the last lap every lap here, and is hard charging out there. Definitely got an evil handling machine and an evil motorsports there. Every time he comes off the turn, that thing is almost stepping sideways or going up to the wall. He is having a fight for his life, man, on the steering wheel. The problem is he's got the 51 of Bradley Burt right there. One mishap, one mistake, 51 is pouncing on it. It's a good battle here for the lead so far.
Yeah, but as you know, that can easily end up and maybe someone getting the wall, and that hurts them in the long run. But it's definitely a lot of fun to watch here as Bradley Burt takes the inside into one. We'll see if he can complete the pass. He won't this time. Actually, he will. Oh, he won't. Sorry, it looked like maybe he'd be able to get it out of the corner, but Shane Terrian got that run out and holds on to the lead.
Well, you know, that's what we was talking about earlier, Angela, is if you get on the inside and you can't complete that pass, the problem is you need that high side to be able to slide up there and let that car drift. If not, you're going to come right up into the other one. It's going to get tight or going to get loose coming off, because it's a tight, loose feeling. And what you were talking about there before, you see him coming off that turn sideways, drifting it. But the thing is the car feels tight and it's heading to the wall. Where you have instinct is you yank that wheel to the left real hard. Well, it goes instantly from tight to loose. But a heck of a battle going on for the lead up here right now.
Yeah, and as we watch these guys go back and forth like this, you know who's drawing closer? That'd be the 88 of Joshua Adams. He's coming back into the picture, slowly but surely.
Yeah, he's got some bad fast times. He ran a 23.9 the last time. Shane Terrian ran a 23.9, 24 second there, 24.0, obviously Bradley Burt. It's a good battle up front. About to have 3 cars battling it out here soon, so hang on to your hats, folks, because about to have a battle up here. It's going to be awesome. Like you said, that iBuyPower 88 machine, he's coming to the front in a hurry.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what Joshua wants to see out of his windshield right now would be the 51 getting back alongside the 38 just to slow them down for a few more laps. That's exactly what he would want to see, although it's going to take a few laps for that to happen. You know, you really got to set up a pass here. You can't just bonsai it down in there one corner and hope to pass. You really got to set something up here, and that's what I really like about this place. It's definitely a driver's track, and definitely one you can't just take without brains, really. I mean, you have to really set stuff up and really take it methodically. Yeah,
well, you just talk about driver's track. Shane Terrian out there just drove the wheel lug nuts right off that thing, almost disconnected the steering wheel trying to keep it straight. He came out of the turn, he was literally sideways, held on to it. These guys are having their hands full. That brings the 51 back up. You talked about it. What the 88 would love to see is them two get side by side. He might not need it, though, because he is closing and closing in a hurry.
Yeah, he was really starting drawing on these guys for a few laps there. It looks like these last few laps he tried to go to the bottom just as the leaders are doing now, and he's lost a little bit of time, but he's still within striking distance where if one of these guys get loose, or if they start battling again, he's right back in the picture, and he ain't got to worry about a thing. He just has to get up there and mix it up with them.
Absolutely. We had to get around that the car there. Casey Shue, he got around him. He's still running some respectable lap times. Actually, he is actually faster than the 2 cars up front. He ran a 24.045. They ran 24.1s. So he is coming up there slowly but surely. He would really love to see him getting up our battling. Those guys up there, though, I'm going to tell you what, Shane Terrian, if he pulls this off tonight, that will be one tired cat, because he has done nothing but wheel that machine around this track.
And I'll tell you what, as I watch guys and how they run, what they're running, the line they're running rather, tells me that they feel a lot more confident in turn 2 being a little bit more snug than turn 4, as they're really dipping down there to try and cut every little bit of the track off in 1 and 2. And then they're coming back up to the top in 3 and 4 to avoid getting loose there. So yeah, it just, again, really looks like they have a lot of confidence in turn 2 right now, but we did see that be a trouble spot earlier with the 48 and 14.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like the 51, he lost a little time there on Shane Terrian, and that time got way up high. Here comes the 88. He's going to try to take that second spot away from the 51. About to have a battle for second spot here. Shane Terrian, though, still, he would love for them to get battling a little bit. Maybe get him to he can calm down a little bit up there, because he's had just that car. He's had to manhandle that thing the last several laps. Every time he comes off the turn, that thing is wanting to step out from under him, or up there, man, wanting to paint the wall black on the side of it. So he's had his hands full in the last several laps.
Yeah, these guys are going to have, I think, an endless battle going up towards the end of the race. Although, if we look ahead of them a little bit, actually, we've got the 85. He slowed down a little bit. And the 24 has been minding his gap. He's actually kept about a 20-second gap towards the leaders. Joe Holloway has lost about 4 seconds in the last 10 laps or so. Chris Wright's actually lost a couple of seconds in the last few laps. So these guys up front are really setting the pace, and they're just checking out. They've got an 11.5-second lead over third place, or fourth place, rather.
Yep, absolutely. There's green flag. You know what? That's basically what green flag racing will do for you over a course of a period of time. You actually will just you'll get spread out, and that's what happens. The battle right now is going to be for second place here, as we're seeing these guys doing a fantastic job here. Hardline Racing, the Contender Series at Iowa Speedway. And we're here live tonight on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch and Twitter, as always. Just giving you this live action. Loving every minute of it. We got old Bradley Burke. Looks like that 88 might close in this time on him.
Yeah, they're about to get battling themselves, just as 51 and 38 were doing earlier. So this could be another 20-lap battle like we saw earlier with Bradley Burke and the 38.
Yeah, well, you know, one thing, try catching a guy and passing him, we've seen as the thing here. If the 88 can catch him, we know he's faster. The problem is getting around him. That's going to be the problem. You're going to have to try to get on that inside, like you said. Try to get up there and get a room. Hopefully he gets into the wall. The problem is you don't want to be too close to him. If he does get in the walls, he's going on the inside or door to door.
Yeah, he got that bottom line there, although, yeah, he'll actually make it stick this time. They draw side by side, and Bradley Burke jumps out of the throttle a little bit, letting him get by. And in all teams, we hear Zach Lindgren doing a go-ahead with 38 and take the third line this time. So again, nice sportsmanship there. So yeah. These guys will be going into some lap traffic for really the first time of actually getting a few cars in a row all night long. We get up to the 66 now. Or 24, rather.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good race so far. I mean, these guys have done it well. We're going to see if that 88 can run down the 38, old Shane Therian up front. His teammate not having so much luck out there. He's sitting in 11th spot. Michael Finlayson got caught up in a little incident earlier on. He's 4 laps down right now. So, not tonight he was looking for, but like you said, yeah, these guys are marred in a little bit of a lap traffic. So not too bad. Joshua Adams is still trying to track down. He's a little bit faster than Shane. Right now they are running times, though, comparable to each other here. So it's been a good race. It was a lap 103 here, 150. Few little hiccups there at the beginning, but we'll do a quick summary right fast. Lap 102 and 150, 12 lead changes, and only 3 cautions. So not bad. Kind of a hectic start, but after that, things have really settled down.
Yeah, and this is about what we saw in that Grand National race for NMNTS a couple of weeks ago. We saw a couple of cautions a little bit early, but then we just saw everything really spread out for a real long run to finish that race off. So I wouldn't be surprised if these guys go to the end of this race without a caution, especially given the car count. You know, normally Hardline's up around 20, so Malcolm Finlayson, even though he's having a bad night, sitting 11th. That's a good points run overall.
Yep. Yeah, he can definitely have a good points run either way, and that's why he's still out there running. Points are at a premium and valuable here. Definitely when you're running for a championship, because it's not always about winning on a championship. Consistency is what matters. Ask Jake Nichols about that last season at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Man won 9 races out of 15 and lost the championship by 1 point. So can be done. Just got sometimes be patient.
Right, and now we've got Shane Therian in the pits. We should see the 88 and 51 follow, depending on their fuel strategy here, although this could be just getting a leg up on this final run. We'll have to wait and see what the others do. But, again, Shane Therian coming in from the lead, the pit, and probably get 4 tires and fuel, I'd imagine.
Yep, absolutely. Now, here's where the strategy's going to play. You know, if I'm up there, I'm coming into pits with the leader. I don't want to stay out there too long, give up too much of a pace. Obviously, though, you know, you're hoping that the caution plays out in your favor, but that is a gamble and a lottery, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. And Tim mentioned it in the chat a little while ago how he figured this would come down to the strategy, and I was going to mention, well, I think it's going to just come down to how these guys run their tires. I really thought they could go longer on the tank, but clearly these guys are going to come in a little bit earlier and totally prove me wrong there. So this should still be a really good race. Just a matter of Shane Terry. He's obviously going to have this advantage for a little while of being out there on these tires first, though.
Well, you know, it's always the leader usually dictates the how everybody else does their pit stops. Obviously, right here, Bradley Burt says, look, I can't stay out much longer than I am now if I want to keep pace here and do anything, because I'm going to keep just losing time once Shane Therian gets out there on those new tires. So Shane probably right here made somebody play the card that they didn't want to do. I think a lot of these guys might have wanted to go a lot longer, but you just can't do it with a guy that comes in earlier like that.
Yeah, he really gets to set the pace and gets to set the strategy for a lot of these guys as far as tires goes. We now see Josh Adams and Zach Lindgren follow Bradley Burke and Shane Terry as they came in a little bit earlier. So, and now we see Rusty Capel. I'm not sure how to say his name, to be honest, but he's coming back out from the pits after a long wait there. He is 87 laps down, but as we were just talking about with Michael Finlayson, it's a matter of points.
Yep, absolutely. You know, he definitely can. He can gain 2 spots, folks. So that's 2 spots. I mean, before this one's over with, he sees that. He's actually, because I'm looking at it, he's about 10 laps different between the 2 that he can gain. So he obviously sees that he can gain 2 spots. So he definitely has something to do when he's out there. And like you said, points are valuable. Right now, going through a lot of green flag pit stops. Everybody's coming in. Mostly everybody. Right now, Thomas Bretz is sitting in second. Chris Wright's a man out front. But Shane Therian, though, as this thing's going to go around, he's definitely going to be the man on point. What they don't want to see at this point is a caution.
Well, I guarantee you 51 and 88 definitely want that caution just so they can have a shot at Shane, because I'll tell you what, the exact reason Shane came in a few laps earlier than Bradley Burke and Josh Adams is he now has a 5-second lead over the 51 who will cycle around a second. Shane Terry will, of course, cycle into the lead here. So just those couple of laps translated into 5 seconds on the track. That is incredible.
Hey, pit stops can do it. As always, that's the thing. Pit strategy. Uh-oh. Oh, the 21 of Cody Tabor. I don't want to see that on him, but let's go back on the replay and see what happened to him. I got a feeling it's just him getting loose, but we'll go back here and watch it. Let the viewers see it. Him and Michael Finlayson was just battling it out back there a little bit. So as he heads off into the turn, Michael Finlayson, yeah, he's wiggling around. Hate to see that. Toyota, he just came off the turn, was loose. Michael Finlayson almost victim of circumstance again. Got loose right there. So caution. Now, what do you do at this point?
Yeah, this literally changed everything, like Larry Mack would say. This throws that entire last run out the window. We've got Thomas Bresci still out front, followed by Casey Shue, and then we get to Shane Therian. So that really does change everything, because those couple of guys get to the front there. So that, I mean, I really don't know what to make of this now. It's going to be back to like the start of the race, where it's going to be a matter of where you restart, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that 51 has been bad, fast, and been able to run down and handle Shane Therian out there. As we see all 3 of those runners come in. And don't count out Casey Shue and company there. They're able to come in there too. But old Shane Therian, he's coming in 4 tires these guys are getting. As you see, Thomas Bresci out. Casey Shue's out. 51's going to be right behind Shane. It's going to be a pretty good setup here. It's going to be interesting here the last several laps.
Yeah, that sets up for a really good 36-lap run here to the end. So this should be interesting. I think if I'm Thomas Bresci, of course I want to take the top side. There is that option over here in Hardline. Of course I want to take the top side, protect that from Shane Therian if I can, and Casey Shue. And then I just want to get out there and keep it out of the wall, really, and not mess up. Because, I mean, we know how fast Shane Therian is. We know he's going to be back up there fighting for it. It's just a matter of whether or not Shane can make easy work of the 24, or if the 24 can hold him off.
Well, you talk about that, though. You can't forget about that 51. He was able to run down Shane Therian here all race long and has done very well doing it. So he's, you know, in the back of Shane's mind, he's got to think about Bradley Burt right there. Uh-oh, we're on the same tires, same schedule here. He was running door to door with me earlier on. He's definitely, it's almost go time here at the end of this one, so he knows he's going to be going. Like you just said, though, several cars up front, so they got to be patient. You still got to have patience. You can't just go out there and try to dive down the inside, or it could be a disaster.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing something up there, and I have a push to talk. Since I don't have enough buttons on my wheel, I have to push to talk on my keyboard, so that was a bit weird there. But yeah, this restart's going to be something here. I mean, it's going to be chaotic for sure, and I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's going to be chaotic.
Well, we're going to find out here soon, because we're at lap 117 and 150 here for Hardline Racing Contender Series Xfinity style, folks. Iowa Speedway here, and it's been a good race so far. Long green flag run, has some green flag pit stops there, and also now run the caution. It's the fourth caution of the night, so we went about, I'd say, a solid 70 laps or so there under green flag racing. Very good, respectful racing. Oh, you know, exciting racing so far. Do you have a speaker in the background?
I shouldn't. I was actually, the mic should have been deactivated there.
I can just hear the echo through your thing every time you mic up.
Okay, I'll turn my volume down a little bit then. Some guys actually complain about me hot micing from time to time. I never know if I am or not, but sometimes when I have a mic going, they hear themselves as they're talking at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know what fixes it or anything like that. How long can they go on fuel? Well, they go all the way now. So fuel's not a problem at this point. Actually, I don't even really think tires would be. It will be if you run them off in the first 10 laps here, because we're still going to have a solid about 30 laps to go. That is a long time here on this track. We've already seen the tires in these ill handling cars. Is about to settle this thing up here as pace car's coming out turn number 4, and he's going to dive off of the pit road. Here we go. Thomas Bretzi's going to send these machines a roaring here. It's going to be lap 119 and 150. He takes off in that 24 machine. We're going to see if Shane Therian can hang right there next to him, or Casey Shoes get a good jump. Shane Therian gets a good jump, but here comes the 88 iBuy Power there, side by side.
Yeah, we saw a lot of wave around that time by, so this top 6 is what we're going to be looking at for the battle, really. It's mostly going to be the top 5. We see Shane Therian trying to get that spot from Thomas Bretzi off the bottom. And then we see Joshua Adams right back in, do it right on the back end of Shane Therian going to 1. He's right back in this battle in 3rd. Absolutely
right. Here's what the 51 and 81 want to see. Shane Therian on the inside. 88's around almost. Wow.
That's a great job of keeping it low. That should work. Yep, there's the caution. I was just going to mention, though, Thomas Bretzi played that restart perfectly. He held Shane Therian in a box in the bottom, so he couldn't get by him.
Well, he blocked him coming up there, and good hard racing. It's go time here, folks, man. All the friendships, teammates, all that stuff gets thrown out the window. Patience pretty much gets thrown out the side window either way. Now, it's go time. It's one of those things. We got to go here, show what we got. It's very hard to pass here, so you got to make that pass very early. The good thing is here, Shane Therian's going to be in the either inside or outside of Thomas Bretzi, but that is what I was about to say, is what the 88 and the 51 wanted to see was the 38 having to run hard on the inside and use those tires up early. They could have sat there and watched that and went, okay, definitely, man, you know, use it all up, and then we're going to come there towards the end of this run.
And I'll tell you what, that is the most ballsy move I think that those top 3 could have made right there, staying out on the tires. Of course, it won't be that bad of a deficit, but I think over the long, well, maybe not the long run, but over the course of this run that we have to the end, it could play into factor. possibly a little bit less grip, not really sure, although we documented earlier it seemed like the fresh tires might have been a little more loose, so this is just going to be a big old crapshoot, I think, for this restart.
Yeah, once you get past that initial tires of new tires and get a little bit of heat into them, and later on, you know, the new tires come in, so it's going to be interesting. Obviously, if I was 5th place back, why not come in? There's, you know, there's 9 cars on the lead lap. What you got to lose, you're going to come out 9th spot anyways. You know, it's under caution here. Get your 4 fresh tires and come back out here and see what we got. I always like throwing this out. Obviously, lap 50, that ends it. That's our goal to get to. Lap 146, though, folks, the caution comes out. That ends it right there. We're over with. So, 2 scenarios here you got to keep in the back of your mind as being a leader out front, is you got to think about things like there. So, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and if I'm a driver here on this restart that's not in the lead or maybe even not on the front row, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and get up to 2nd. And I'm just going to put pressure on the guy in front of me, whoever's leading the race. I don't want to pass him, though. I don't necessarily want to pass him until that cutoff for the caution. That's when I want to get by him. I want to force him to make a mistake, and I want to have that lead in case something comes out. It's about 150, or sorry, 140 or 150 is about where I'd really start pushing for a pass. But up until then, if I'm Shane Terrian or Bradley Burke, I want to pressure whoever's leading this race into making a mistake themselves and just save my stuff.
Well, we've seen it time and time again. Thomas Bresci definitely will drive the wheels off of that thing. So will Shane Therian. So it's going to be interesting. Like you just said, if it's Bradley Burke, I'd sit back there if I can. Also depends on the people behind him. They got to be patient too. So you got to be mindful of that behind you. But you're right. I would let those 2 cats up there run it out and just beat each other half to death. Sit there and hopefully they tear their tires apart. And then I can just ride on to the sunset and take this thing to victory lane.
Yeah, no, like you mentioned, I think none of these guys have a problem really running the tires off of these cars, so it's going to be really, really fun to watch this race. Although, I mean, we've got Chris Wright right back into the picture here. Casey Shue following him.
Yep, absolutely. Chris Wright's right there in the 4 spot. Bradley, that's what I was saying. Even though Bradley's probably thinking that, look, these guys got up there and got awful racing. I know Shane's going to put the hammer down. Thomas Bresci's going to be very aggressive on the start and try to keep old Shane Therian back there behind him. Bradley Burke's right there. He's lurking, but you got Chris Wright. He knows how to get around here, so it's going to be interesting to see. Kind of interested because we just saw the 88 a minute ago. Didn't get contacted by anybody, so we know how slick and how loose this car is. So that's another thing you got to keep in the back of your mind. You can step this thing out very easily.
I'll tell you what, this is a very interesting move from Thomas Bresci to take the bottom on this restart. I'm not sure I quite like that move because one rule here in Hardline is that everyone fires off at the drop of the green by the sim itself. So I'm not sure I like that move. If I was 24, I think I would have just taken the top side and really held Shane Terrian in block like he did last time on the bottom and forced him to lose his run up out of the corner and just taken it for myself.
Yeah.
I kind of question that move, but we'll see how it works out. He might be the mastermind behind this one.
Yeah,
well,
know. You know what? I always up here in the booth, I always look at it this way. These guys are driving the cars. I'm up here, man, talking about it. So as one of them settles this and see what we got here, is Pace Car's going to take that hard left turn off on pit road and send these guys around. We're about to see what they can do up there. We're going to see if it was a good move or bad move here. Green flag in the air. They hammer through the gears. They're going to go into the turn number 1 side by side. Even though they go on green, you got to realize the leader still has that advantage coming out, but they are still door to door. Now this is what they want to see behind them there.
Yeah, and just as suspected, Shane Terrian used that top side to get that run. We see Thomas Bresci trying to fight back on the bottom. Not going to work that time though. Shane Terrian is going to merge with the lead with just 24 laps to go.
Absolutely, but he's got company coming, and that is in the form of the 48 machine. The 51 there, Bradley Burke, he's sitting in the 3rd, 4th spot. Yeah, old tires, new tires here. We're going to have to see what happens. Casey Shue's back there in the 6th spot. Got Joel Holloway in the 4th. Good battle going on. It's a door-to-door. Chris Wright is trying to get back up there and take that 2nd spot away.
Yeah, we saw a slide from it looked like the 10 car back there just a minute ago. Sorry, that was the 4 car. Saw a slide from him, and we just got this big old gaggle of cars 3 wide with the 66, 14, and 88. Oh, there's contact there, it looks like. 85 is going to draw low on the 14 and 3. Not sure if he's going to go for the pass. He will.
Yep, absolutely. Good battle going on right now. Up front, you got Chris Wright. He's in second spot. Thomas Bressy's right there in the third. That 51's trying to get around these guys to get back up there because he knows he's got a bad fast machine. Time's just running out right now for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Chris Wright is going to be the guy to go get Shane Tarian in the 38. He very well could be, but we've got Bradley Burke run back into third place. I think he's got the car to do it if anyone's got it. There goes Zach Linger out of 4.
Yeah, Zach Linger, man, out there. He spun it coming out of 4. Don't see a caution yet. We're going to have to see. Here comes the 51. He's on the back deck lid of the 48, coming out of the turn to head down the back stretch. Good battle going on. If he can get around this guy very fast, he's going to try that high side. He is going to try to muscle his way to second spot. He knows he's got to go. It is go time, and he cannot let Shane Therian get too far out there or it's going to be over with.
Yeah, that was a perfect move from the 51 of Bradley Burke that time. He was not going to be fooled going down there on the bottom and trying that. He just waited until a hole opened up on the top, gassed on by the 48. That was a great move, but now he's got to go catch that 38 of Shane Tarian, and that is not going to be easy.
Absolutely not. He got the pass done. He muscled his way around the outside there. Chris Wright was able to get the done. Now he's going after that 38 machine up front. The Evil Motorsports of Shane Therian looking good. He's got a hope. Well, he is kicking that thing sideways. We know he's driving with everything he's got.
Yeah, now we see Joshua Adams after that spin and an EOL. It's confidence. Sorry, couldn't find the word there, but we saw Joshua Adams get the EOL on that last caution there. He's already back into 5th. I think if we get a caution here, he's in a perfect spot. Now he's looking for 4th with Thomas Bressy there. He's in a battle there. He just got by the 66 of Holloway, and like I said, I think if we get a caution in the next few laps or so, he's in a perfect spot. Maybe stay out and pull my strategy from Rockingham earlier in this year in this series. I stayed out with 10 to go and ended up somehow winning.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. With the 88 looking good right now. He's on the inside there and makes the pass with ease coming off the turn. Looks good. He's going to be setting his sights on Chris Wright for the 4th spot. Good battling going on here. Like I say, closing in home here this time by 15 laps to go here. And right now, Bradley Burke, he's setting pace laps. He's actually a little bit quicker than Shane Therian up there that time around. So he's closing in ever so slightly. If he keeps closing in with the time he is, you might catch him there with about the last lap.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really close to see if this pace keeps up from the 51. We see Shane Tarian run a 23.79 there, and the 51 runs a 23.88. So actually, he lost a little bit that time. It's going to be really tough for the 51 to go get him, but I mean, personally, as watching this race with you, I kind of want to see a battle, so I hope he gets up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, it was a masterful job on the restart there, as always. That's the key. Sometimes restarts are the way to do it. He got up there, so we're going to see what happens here. Looks like one lap, one runs fast, the other lap, the other one runs fast. Now, here's the thing. When you get that kind of lead up there like Shane's got, he's got a 1.1 second lead. You're watching that relative at all times, and you see the guy and you see him close in, you can give up time. You can give up a couple, tenths or whatnot, and then once you give it up, put the hammer back down again and set sail. So once you get a lead like that, it's easy to maintain it if you got a fast enough car.
Yeah, and I mean, even if the 51 was able to draw up to the 38, he could easily just dictate where that 51 is able to pass. And so if maybe he saw that the 51 is rolling the bottom better, he could jump down there and really block that bottom, keep him from being able to get by. So it's up to the leader. The leader has the best spot on restarts and just running in general, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's been a great job of Shane Therian out there all race long. He has been hammering that car, holding on for dear life. Been a good battle between him and the 51. I'm watching this battle back here for the 6th, 7th, and 8th spot here. That would be Joel Holloway, Casey Shue, and Cody Tabor back there. They're having a great battle. They're all nose to tail right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the action isn't only, in the front. We've got action all over the place. Like you said, it's Cody Taylor and all them guys, and got middle of the pack. That's just kind of the nature of Iowa, though.
Yep, absolutely. Right there. Looks like Joel Holloway will take that spot, gets back up into the 5th spot. Here comes Casey Shue along with him, Thomas Bressy. Those old tires not doing him any favors right now. Michael Finlayson there, he's been able to pull it up in the top 10, out there riding around trying to get valuable points. Now he can actually, he could, if some luck stood his way, get one more position, which would actually be the 9th spot, but he's going to need another lap to get that done. So Shane Therrien's still the man out front now. Bradley Burke is running him down. He's, like I say, he's a second behind now, but just going to run out of time, I think.
Yeah, but as far as, we mentioned the points battle, thinking about a whole season, putting a whole season together here. We've also got Joshua Adams moving in on the 48 car of Chris Wright. That could be another spot for him. But yeah, as far as Michael Finlayson, he needs a caution and a free pass or a wave round or something to be able to get that lap back. And at this point, unless Chris Wright is the caution, he'd get the lucky dog anyways, so not much hope for Michael Finlayson right now.
Yep, absolutely. A good battle going on here for the 2nd, 3rd spot. That's old Joshua Adams and Chris Wright right there duking it out a little bit as they're coming down here. We've got 6 laps to go. Going to be 5 laps this time by, folks. Awesome race so far it has been here at Iowa Speedway. Little bumpy ride there at the beginning. Then we had a long green flag. Then we had one caution, and we've been green flagged since then. So very well for an evil handling style car out here today. These guys have done an awesome job.
Yeah, no, I'm very surprised we didn't see more guys looping it out of turn 4, but like we mentioned earlier, I think the double 88, whatever you want to call it, had the right idea trying to get to that next layer of rubber on those tires, but of course that's going to hurt you a little bit on the long run if you have less rubber and therefore less tire lifetime left in the tire. So, I mean, they're going to slow down, and that's where Shane Therrien picked up that lead. So he had the right idea of trying to find that better rubber, maybe that was more stable, but it just ended up biting him in the long run. We saw Shane Therrien get the lead, and he's held it pretty much ever since.
Yep, absolutely. You're right, John. Caution comes out at this point. This is over with. It would be Shane Therrien's deal right there, so definitely don't want to see a caution up front. These guys don't. Good battle going on back here, 5th, 6th, and 7th. You got Joel Holloway, Casey Shue. They are out there tearing each other's rear deck lids off as they are nose to tail. Thomas Bretsy's right there along with them, because up front Shane Therrien. So we're watching this battle here. This is a heated battle going on.
Yeah, Casey Shue is really. Oh, he got the wall that time. I was just about to say he's getting close to maybe being able to pass that 66, but then he got the wall down straightaway. That's going to open up the door for Thomas Bressy as we near 2 laps to go here for the leader of Shane Therrien.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got a 9/10 lead right here. I'm watching this battle still. You got Thomas Bressy on the inside of Casey Shue. They're door to door here wheeling around, because the next time around is going to be the white flag for the man out front, Shane Therrien there. Bradley Burke in 2nd. Good battle going on, though, here for 6th, 7th, and 8th spot, respectively. Actually, 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. These guys, man, are doing it big. We'll stick here with this, because out front, pretty much, if Shane Therrien, as long as he don't drive it in the wall, he's got this thing in the bag, because, like I say, he's got a 9/10 lead. But the battle right now here in True is definitely going to be between Casey Shue and Thomas Bressy. These guys are not giving an inch as they're coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch for the final time. Shane Therrien will win here tonight. Bradley Burke in 2nd. And I tell you, Casey Shue tried everything he could to get that thing done. Thomas Bressy was going to hold on to the 5th spot. And here comes Joel Holloway. But, well, my hat's off to that 38 machine out there tonight.
Yeah, like we said on that one run after the 48 or 88 rather, kind of tried to chance those tires. Shane Therrien just had the best tires and the best car at the same time. He got up there, got that lead, and never looked back. Despite Bradley Burke and Joshua Adams trying to foil his plan, he just never looked back. And he did a great job of navigating those restarts at the end and really working on a win there.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let's see if we can't find old Bradley. I don't see Bradley Burke in the team speak. Do you? I see Chris Wright came in 3rd.
I do not.
Chris Wright came in 3rd, right? Well, wait a minute. Who's that? The 31.
Well, it's not the one we need. That is Filippo. I don't know how to say his last name. I think
I
it's
don't either. Well,
I'm not sure where it's from, but I think it's from Eastern Europe.
Okay. Well, we put him back down there. I think
Yeah,
Chris Wright.
He's got a hard last name.
Yeah, yeah. Chris Wright was the man that came up in third spot, right?
That he was the number 4.
Or second spot. Excuse me.
I have him in third.
Third, my bad. Yep. All right, let's bring him up. Well, we'll hope that a Bradley Burke baby will jump up in here. But hey, Andrew, I'll let you get talking with old Chris Wright. How's that?
Sounds good. Well, Chris Wright, we saw you have a little bit of trouble early on, but you came back from it. You navigated those final restarts to come back for third place. Just how, in general, you know, how'd you try and play that race at the end to try and muscle out for a few more spots?
I was a struggle for me, so, you know, third place is great. I had a great battle with my teammate there the last 20 laps. Such a track position heavy race, and that was, you know, what kind of caused that contact early in the race. I was racing really hard with Michael there, and I got a little bit loose, you know, and I mean, the wreck was probably more my fault than his, but it was just racing. But after that, it was just trying to get settled in. It was really hard to pass. Like, midway through the race, I had a really good battle with Joel there. I was pretty frustrated trying to get around him, but it was fun. Just not a whole lot of grip out there tonight. I don't know if you could tell from the broadcast. I'm sure I'll go back and watch it later. You guys, I'm sure, did a great job. It's been great having you guys aboard. But it was really pushing going at the corner and sliding coming off with the rear. So it was a lot of fun out there tonight, though.
Yeah, I know for sure. We definitely saw you guys getting real loose out of turn 4. I do have a question on that regards. We saw a lot of guys moving their lines down lower as the race went on in turns 1 and 2, but staying high on in 3 and 4. So I just want to ask, was 2 finally starting to tighten up? Because, I mean, I went out there and practiced a little bit before the race, and I noticed that even turn 2 was getting real loose for me.
I don't think it was necessarily tightening up. Like, on the restarts and stuff, the outside was the place to be. But once we kind of got strung out and nobody was out there to try to hold you down, if you hit it right, you could come out of 2 way better on the bottom than the top. But if you were racing somebody, you had to have the top, because if you couldn't come all the way out to the wall and had to pinch it, it would get real sideways. I tried it down to 3 and 4 a couple times by myself, and it just didn't work either down there. It's just too tight going at the corner in 3 to be able to run any lower.
All right, well, again, congratulations on your 3rd spot. Definitely looked like a tough race, and so, again, hats off to you for navigating those final restarts for 3rd place, hanging on above your, I believe, teammate Joshua Adams. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Teammate and car owner, yeah, it was a lot of fun there. I even got to bump there in 3 and 4 and was able to stay in front of him. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody back at RRM and Josh, Jake, and all those guys. You know, and I apologize for that wreck there. You know, it was more my fault than Michael's, but it was just racing, just hard racing for the lead.
All right, well, for sure, you know, again, hats off to you, and I think I'll turn it over to Joe White over in Victory Lane with the winner tonight, Shane Terrian.
All right, that's right. We're going to Shane Terrian up here, man, and get a chalk with him because he pulled it off here in that evil motorsports machine. Shane Terrian, Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, Shane, I'll tell you what, that thing was evil handling for evil motorsports out there, but I tell you, are you tired after driving the wheels off of that thing here for 150 laps?
A little bit. That was an interesting setup. I was in practice complaining about it. I was like, this is not going to be fun, but it was it was definitely evil, no pun intended on that one, but it was definitely a handful. Definitely tired after that one.
We saw you out there wheeling that thing around. Awesome battle between you and the 51 machine there several times, and the 88 out there. But nonetheless, you came home here tonight. Awesome job on the restart. You was able to, I know Andrew out there questioned why in the world Thomas Bressy gave the outside lane up there on that restart. But nonetheless, you pounced on it and got that thing out front and never looked back, and was awesome all night long because you're the winner here tonight, the Hardline Racing League Contender Series at Iowa Speedway. How's it make you feel?
I feel pretty good. I don't know what it is with this track, but I just haven't lost here yet. Knock on wood. But it's just me and Bradley are just so equal. So it's every time we come here, it's me and him fighting it off to the end. And I just really like this track. It changes with every build, and somehow I'm still keeping it competitive. It's like one of the best tracks, and I feel really good every time I win here. Good.
Absolutely, it's a good track here. Iowa short track, a lot of good racing. A little hectic there at the first, but like I said, these cars, man, were just some, demons out there, really slick and whatnot. Like I was talking about, pushing, going in, slick, coming off. And we watched that all throughout the race. You did a masterful job of wheeling this machine around here for 150 laps. Hey, got anybody out there you want to thank for tonight?
Yeah, thank Cody, of course, putting the league on. You guys for broadcasting. I also want to just shout out Josh and Bradley for racing very clean all race long and hard. That was very fun on a very tough setup tonight.
Well, absolutely. Well, again, congratulations, hats off, Shane Therian, Evil Motorsports there tonight. Winner here, Hardline Racing, Xfinity Series, Contender Series tonight at Iowa Speedway. Again, congratulations, Shane.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew, as we get here, man, let's get down our race results order here. Shane Therian, he pulls it off the win tonight. Bradley Burke sitting in second. Chris Wright third. Joshua Adams right there in fourth. Joel Holloway fifth. Thomas Britzy in sixth. Casey Shue rounds in seventh. Cody Tabor eighth. Robert Kinney in ninth. And Michael Finlayson rounds out the top 10.
And in the 11th spot, we've got Zach Lindgren, and then John P. Wimbish in 12th. In 13th, we had the 42 of Rusty Capel. In 14th, we had the number 1 of Jonathan Wall, and rounding it out in 15th, we had Corey Levins in the 99.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it was an awesome race here all the way through and through, and definitely loved watching this one. 150 laps. The guys, man, had their hands full. You got any final thoughts out there, Andrew?
Well, I think Shane Therian kind of wrapped it up pretty well. It just seemed like it was really evil handling track, like you always say. And yeah, I mean, you brought it up a little bit there. I'm not really sure why Thomas Bresci kind of, in my opinion, missed out on that opportunity. But maybe he thought he could have held him off. That's totally fine. He's the one driving the car. He's gonna know more than us. But unfortunately, it didn't work out too well for him. He ended up a few spots back there. He ended up in 6th overall. But again, I think it was just a really rough race for some of these guys, and it ended up being really good for us with Bradley Burke and Shane Therian up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Good race here tonight, folks. Hardline Racing, as always, here at OSR Network. It has been an awesome race here for Iowa Speedway. Check us out tomorrow night, Racing Freaks, folks. And also, man, check out these boys right here at TN Designs. I want to appreciate Andrew Kennelly, because he's the main man there at TN Designs, Racing Designs and Graphics. Y'all need a paint job? You've seen several of them throughout the race here tonight. Look very good out there. Maybe the drivers don't feel very good, but hey, the car looked good while they was out there running. But either way, tomorrow night, Racing Freaks, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. We got Cup Action, OSR Network. So until then, thanks everyone for coming out. Everyone, good night.